whose cup of abominations is now full. Where is he who in a robe of silver shall one day die in the face of all the people? Bid him come forth, that he may hear the voice of him who hath cried in the waste places and in the houses of kings.
How beautiful is the Princess Salome tonight.
Look at the moon. How strange the moon seems. She's like a woman rising from a tomb. She's like a dead woman. You would fancy she was looking for dead things.
She has a strange look. She's like a princess who wears a yellow veil and whose feet are of silver. She's like a princess who has little doves for feet. You would fancy she's dancing.
She's like a woman who is dead. She moves very slowly.
What an uproar. Who are those wild beasts howling?
The Jews, they are always like that. They are disputing about their religion.
Why do they dispute about their religion?
I cannot tell. They are always doing it. The Pharisees, for instance, say that there are angels. And the Sadducees declare that angels do not exist.
I think it is ridiculous to dispute about such things.
How beautiful is the Princess Salome tonight.
You're always looking at her. You look at her too much. It is dangerous to look at people in such fashion. Something terrible may happen.
She's very beautiful tonight.
Tetrarch has a somber look.
Yes, he has a somber look.
He's looking at something.
He's looking at someone.
At whom is he looking?
I cannot tell. How pale the princess is. Never have I seen her so pale. She's like the shadow of a white rose in a mirror of silver.
You must not look at her. You look at her too much.
Herodias has filled a cup of the Tetrarch. Is that the Queen Herodias? She who wears a black mitre sewn with pearls and whose hair is powdered with blue dust? Yes, that is Herodias, the Tetrarch's wife.
The Tetrarch is very fond of wine. He has wine of 3 sorts. One which is from the island of Samothrace and is purple like the cloak of Caesar. I have never seen Caesar. Another...
It is redder than the feet of him who cometh from a forest where he hath slain a lion and seen gilded tigers. It is like a branch of coral that the fishes have found in the twilight of the sea, the coral that they keep for the kings. It is like the vermilion that the Moabites find in the mines of Moab, the vermilion that the kings take from them. It is like the bow of the king of the Persians that is painted with vermilion and tipped with coral. There is nothing in the world as red as thy mouth. Let me kiss thy mouth.
Never, daughter of Babylon, daughter of Sodom, never.
I will kiss thy mouth, Jochanan. I will kiss thy mouth.
Princess, thou art like the garden of myrrh. Thou art the dove of all doves. Look not at this man. Do not speak to him. I cannot suffer it. Princess, do not say such things. I cannot suffer it. Princess, do not speak to him.
Let me kiss thy mouth, Chokanan.
The young captain has slain himself. The young Syrian has slain himself. He has killed himself who was my friend. I gave him a little box of perfume and earrings wrought in silver. Now he has killed himself. Did he not foretell that some misfortune was going to happen? I too foretold it, and it has happened. Why did I not hide him from the moon? If I had hidden him in a cavern, she would not have seen him.
Princess! Princess! The young Syrian has just killed himself.
Let me kiss thy mouth, Chokanan.
Art thou not afraid, daughter of Herodias? Did I not tell thee that I heard in the palace the beating of the wings of the angel of death? And hath he not come, the angel of death?
Let me kiss thy mouth, Chokanan.
Daughter of adultery, there is but one who can save thee. It is he of whom I spake. Oh, seek him. He is in a boat on the Sea of Galilee, and he talketh with his disciples. Kneel down on the shore of the sea, and call unto him by his name. When he cometh, and to all who call on him he cometh, bow thyself at his feet, and ask of him the remission of thy sins.
I will kiss thy mouth, Chokanan.
Curse be thou, daughter of an incestuous mother. Be thou accursed.
I will kiss thy mouth, Chokanan.
I do not wish to look at thee. I will not look at thee. Thou art accursed, Salome. Thou art accursed, Salome. Thou art accursed, Salome.
I will kiss thy mouth, Chokanan. I will kiss thy mouth.
We must bear this body away to another place. The Tetrarch does not wish to see dead bodies, save the bodies of those whom he himself has slain.
He was my brother, and nearer to me than a brother. I gave him a little box of perfumes and a ring of agate that he wore always on his hand. In the evenings, we used to walk by the river among the almond trees, and he would tell me of the things of his country. He spake ever very low. The sound of his voice is like the sound of the flute of a flute player. He also much loved to gaze at himself in the river. How I reproached him for that.
You are right. We must hide the body. The Tetrarch must not see it.
The Tetrarch will not come to this place. He never comes on the terrace. He's too much afraid of the Prophet.
Why did she not return to the banquet as I commanded her? Ah. There she is.
You must not look at her. You're always looking at her.
The moon has a strange look tonight. Has she not a strange look? She's like a madwoman. A madwoman who is seeking everywhere for lovers. She's naked, too. She's quite naked. The clouds are seeking to clothe her nakedness, but she will not let them. She shows herself naked in the sky. She reels through the clouds like a drunken woman. I'm sure she's looking for lovers. Does she not reel like a drunken woman? She is like a mad woman, is she not?
No, the moon is like the moon, that is all. Let us go within. You have nothing to do here.
I will stay here. Manessa, lay carpets there. Bring forth the ivory tables and the tables of jasper. Light torches. The air here is delicious. I will drink some more wine with my guests. We must show all honors to the ambassadors of Caesar.
It is not because of them that you remain.
Yes, the air here is delicious. Come, Herodias, our guests await us. I have slipped in blood. Wherefore is there blood here? In this body? What does this body here? Think you that I am like the king of Egypt, who does not give his guests a feast, but that he shows them a corpse? Whose is it? I will not look at it.
It is our captain, sire. It is a young Syrian whom you made captain only 3 days ago.
I gave no order that he should be slain.
He killed himself, sire.
For what reason I had made him captain?
We do not know, sire, but he killed himself.
That seems strange to me. I thought it was only the Roman philosophers who killed themselves. Is it not true, Tigellinus, that the philosophers at Rome kill themselves?
There are those who kill themselves, sire. They are the Stoics. The Stoics are coarse people, ridiculous people. I myself regard them as being perfectly ridiculous.
I also. It is ridiculous to kill oneself.
Everybody at Rome laughs at them. Caesar has written a satire against them. It was recited everywhere.
He has written a satire against them. Caesar is wonderful. He can do everything. It is strange that the young Syrian has killed himself. I'm sorry he has killed himself. For he was fair to look upon. He was even very fair. He had very languorous eyes. I remember that I saw that he looked languorously at Salome. In truth, I thought he looked at her too much.
There are others who look at her too much.
His father was a king. I drove him from his kingdom. And you made a slave of his mother, who was a queen, Herodias. So he was here as my guest, as it were. And for that reason, I made him my captain. I am sorry he is dead. Why have you left the body here? Away with it! I will not look at it. There is a wind blowing. Is there not a wind blowing?
No, there is no wind.
I tell you, there is a wind that blows. And I hear in the air something that is like the beating of wings. Like the beating of vast wings. Do you not hear it?
I hear nothing.
I hear it no longer. But I heard it. The blowing of the wind, no doubt. It has passed away. But no. I hear it again. It is just like the beating of wings.
I tell you there is nothing. You are ill. Let us go within.
I am not ill. 'Tis your daughter who is sick. She has the mien of a sick person. Never have I seen her so pale.
I have told you not to look at her.
Pour me forth wine. Salome, come and drink a little wine with me. I have here a wine that is exquisite. Caesar himself sent it me. Dip into it thy little red lips, that I may drain the cup.
I am not thirsty, Tetrarch.
You hear how she answers me, this daughter of yours?
She does right. Why are you always gazing at her?
Bring me ripe fruits. Salome, come and eat fruit with me. I love to see in a fruit the mark of thy little teeth. Bite but a little of this fruit, and I will eat what is left.
I am not hungry, Tetrarch.
You see how you have brought up this daughter of yours?
My daughter and I come of a royal race. As for thee, thy father was a camel driver. He was also a robber.
Thou liest!
Thou knowest well that it is true.
Salome, come and sit next to me. I will give thee the throne of thy mother.
I am not tired, Tetrarch.
You see what she thinks of you.
Bring me... What is it that I desire? I have forgotten. Ah, I remember.
Lo, the time is come. That which I foretold has come to pass, said the Lord God. Lo, the day of which I spoke.
Bid him be silent. I will not listen to his voice. That man is forever vomiting insults against me.
He has said nothing against you. Besides, he is a very great prophet.
I do not believe in prophets. Can a man tell what will come to pass? No man knows it. Moreover, he is forever insulting me. But I think you are afraid of him. I know well that you are afraid of him.
I am not afraid of him. I am afraid of no man.
I tell you that you are afraid of him. If you are not afraid of him, why do you not deliver him to the Jews, who for these 6 months past have been clamoring for him?
Truly, my lord, it were better to deliver him into our hands.
Enough on this subject. I have already given you my answer. I will not deliver him into your hands. He is a holy man. He is a man who has seen God.
But that cannot be. There's no man who hath seen God since the days of the prophet Elias. He is the last man who saw God. In these days God doth not show himself. He hideth himself. Therefore great evils have come upon the land.
Verily, no man knoweth if the prophet Elias did indeed see God. Peradventure it was but the shadow of God that he saw. God is at no time hidden. He showeth himself at all times and in everything. God is in what is evil, even as he is in what is good.
That must not be said. It is a very dangerous doctrine that cometh from the schools at Alexandria, where men teach the philosophy of the Greeks. And the Greeks are Gentiles. They are not even circumcised.
No one knoweth how God worketh. His ways are very mysterious. It may be that the things which we call evil are good, and that the things which we call good are evil. There is no knowledge of anything. We must needs submit ourselves to everything, for God is very strong. He breaketh to pieces the strong together with the weak, for he regardeth not any man. Thou speakest truly. God is terrible. He breaketh the strong and the weak, as a man braids corn in a mortar. But this man has never seen God. No man has seen God since the prophet Elias.
Make them be silent. They weary me.
But I have heard it said that Jochanan himself is your prophet Elias.
That cannot be. It is more than 300 years since the days of the prophet Elias.
There are some who say that this man is the prophet Elias. I am sure that he is the prophet Elias.
Nay, but he is not the prophet Elias.
So the day is come, the day of the Lord God. and I hear upon the mountains the feet of him who shall be the Savior of the world.
What does that mean, the Savior of the world?
It is one of Caesar's titles, sire.
But Caesar is not coming into Judea. Only yesterday I received letters from Rome. They contain nothing concerning this matter. And you, Tigellinus, who were at Rome during the winter, you heard nothing concerning this matter, did you?
I heard nothing concerning the matter. I was explaining the title. It is one of Caesar's.
But Caesar cannot come. He is too gouty. They say that his feet are like the feet of an elephant. Also, there are reasons of state. He who leaves Rome loses Rome. He will not come. Howbeit Caesar is Lord, he will come if he wishes. Nevertheless, I do not think he will come.
It was not concerning Caesar that the prophet spake these words, sire.
Not of Caesar.
No, sire.
Concerning whom then did he speak?
Concerning Messiah who has come.
Messiah hath not come.
He had come, and everywhere he worketh miracles.
Miracles? I do not believe in miracles. I have seen too many. My fan.
This man worketh true miracles. Thus, at a marriage which took place in a little town of Galilee, a town of some importance, he changed water into wine. Certain persons who were present related it to me. Also, he healed 2 lepers that were seated before the gate of Capernaum, simply by touching them.
Nay, it was blind men he healed at Capernaum.
Nay, they were lepers, but he healed blind people also, and he was seen on a mountain, talking with angels.
Angels do not exist. Angels exist, but I do not believe this man has talked with them.
He was seen by a great multitude of people, talking with angels.
How these men weary me. They are ridiculous. Well, my fan. You have a dreamer's look. You must not dream. It is only sick people who dream.
There's also the miracle of the daughter of Jairus.
Yes, that is sure. No man can gainsay it.
These men are mad. They've looked too long at the moon. Command them to be silent.
What is this miracle of the daughter of Jairus?
The daughter of Jairus was dead. He raised her from the dead.
He raiseth the dead?
Yes, sir. He raises the dead.
I do not wish him to do that. I forbid him to do that. I allow no man to raise the dead. This man must be found and told that I forbid him to raise the dead. Where is this man at present?
He's in every place, my lord. It's hard to find him.
It is said that he is now in Samaria.
It is easy to see he's not Messiah if he's in Samaria. It is not to the Samaritans that the Messiah shall come. The Samaritans are accursed. They bring no offerings to the temple.
He left Samaria a few days since. I think at this moment he's in the neighborhood of Jerusalem.
No, he's not there. I have just come from Jerusalem. For 2 months, they have had no tidings of him.
No matter, but let them find him and tell him from me that I will not allow him to raise the dead. Change water into wine to heal the lepers and the blind. He may do these things if he will. I say nothing against these things. In truth, I hold it a good deed to heal a leper. But I allow no man to raise the dead. It would be terrible if the dead came back.
Ah, the wanton, the harlot. Ah, the daughter of Babylon with her golden eyes and her gilded eyelids. Thus saith the Lord God, let there come against her a multitude of men. Let the people take stones and stone her.
Command him to be silent.
Let the war captains pierce her with their swords. Let them crush her beneath their shields.
Nay, but it is infamous.
It is thus that I will wipe out all wickedness from the earth, and that all women shall learn not to imitate her abominations.
You hear what he says against me? You allow him to revile your wife?
He did not speak your name.
What does that matter? You know it is I whom he seeks to revile, and I'm your wife, am I not?
Of a truth, dear and noble Herodias, you are my wife. And before that, you were the wife of my brother.
It was you who tore me from his arms.
Of a truth, I was the stronger. But let us not talk of that matter. I do not desire to talk of it. 'Tis the cause of the terrible words that the prophet has spoken. Peradventure, on account of it, a misfortune will come. Let us not speak of that matter. Noble Herodias, we are not mindful of our guests. Fill thou my cup, my well-beloved. Fill with wine the great goblets of silver and the great goblets of glass. I will drink to Caesar. There are Romans here. We must all drink to Caesar. Caesar! Caesar! Do you not see your daughter, how pale she is?
What is it to you if she be pale or not?
Never have I seen her so pale.
I have told you not to look at her.
In that day the sun shall become black like the sackcloth of hair, and the moon shall become like blood, and the stars of the heavens shall fall upon the earth like ripe figs that fall from the fig tree. And the kings of the earth shall be afraid.
I should like to see that day of which he speaks, when the moon shall become like blood, and the stars shall fall upon the earth like ripe figs. But this prophet talks like a drunken man. I cannot suffer the sound of his voice. I hate his voice. Command him to be silent.
I will not. I cannot understand what it is that he saith, but it may be an omen.
I do not believe in omens. He speaks like a drunken man.
It may be that he is drunk with the wine of God.
What wine is that? The wine of God. From what vineyards is it gathered? In what wine press may one find it?
Tigellinus, when you were at Rome of late, did the emperor speak to you on the subject of...
On what subject, sir?
On what subject? I asked you a question, did I not? I have forgotten what I would have asked you.
You are looking again at my daughter. You must not look at her. I have already said so.
You say nothing else.
I'll say it again.
And the restoration of the temple about which they have talked so much, will anything be done? They say that the veil of the sanctuary has disappeared, do they not?
It was thyself did steal it. Thou speakest at random. I'll not remain here. Let us go within.
Dance for me, Salome.
I will not have her dance.
I have no desire to dance, Tetrarch.
Salome, daughter of Herodias, dance for me.
Let her alone.
I command thee to dance, Salome.
I will not dance, Tetrarch.
You see how she obeys you?
What is it to me whether she dance or not? It is naught to me. Tonight I am happy. I am exceeding happy. Never have I been so happy.
The Tetrarch has a somber look. Has he not a somber look?
Yes, he has a somber look.
Wherefore should I not be happy? Caesar, who is Lord of the world, who is Lord of all things, loves me well. He has just sent me most precious gifts. Also, he has promised me to summon to Rome the king of Cappadocia, who is my enemy. It may be that at Rome he will crucify him, for he is able to do all things that he wishes. Verily, Caesar is Lord. Thus, you see, I have a right to be happy. Indeed, I am happy. I have never been so happy. There is nothing in the world that can mar my happiness.
He shall be seated on this throne. He shall be clothed in scarlet and purple. In his hand he shall bear a golden cup full of blasphemies, and the angel of the Lord shall smite him. He shall be eaten of worms.
You hear what he says about you? You will be eaten of worms.
'Tis not of me that he speaks. He speaks never against me. It is of the king of Cappadocia that he speaks. The king of Cappadocia, who is mine enemy. It is he who shall be eaten of worms. Never has he spoken word against me, this prophet, save that I sinned in taking to wife the wife of my brother. It may be that he is right, for of a truth you are sterile.
I am sterile? I? You say that? You that are ever looking at my daughter? You that would have her dance for your pleasure? It is absurd to say that. I have borne a child. You have gotten no child. No, not even from one of your slaves. It is you who are sterile, not I.
Peace, woman. I say that you are sterile. You have borne me no child. And the prophet says that our marriage is not a true marriage. He says that it is an incestuous marriage. A marriage that will bring evils. I fear he is right. I am sure he is right. But it is not the moment to talk of such things. I would be happy at this moment. In truth, I am happy. There is nothing that I lack.
I'm glad you're of so fair a humor tonight. It is not your custom. But it is late. Let us go within. Do not forget we hunt at sunrise. All honors must be shown to Caesar's ambassadors, must they not?
Dance, Salome. Salome. Dance for me. I pray thee, dance for me. I am sad tonight. Yes. I am passing sad tonight. Therefore, when I came hither, I slipped in blood, which is an evil omen. And I heard, I am sure I heard in the air, this beating of wings. A beating of giant wings. I cannot tell what they mean. I am sad tonight. Therefore dance for me. Dance for me, Salome, I beseech thee. Dance for me. If you dance for me, you may ask of me what you will, and I will give it you, even to the half of my kingdom.
Will you indeed give me whatsoever I shall ask, Tetrarch?
Do not dance, my daughter.
Everything, even to the half of my kingdom.
You swear it, Tetrarch.
I swear it, Salome.
Do not dance, my daughter.
By what will you swear, Tetrarch?
By my life, by my crown, by my gods. Whatsoever you desire, I will give it you, even to the half of my kingdom, if you but dance for me. Oh, dance for me, Salome. Dance for me.
You have sworn, Tetrarch.
I have sworn, Salome.
All this I ask, even to the half of your kingdom.
My daughter, do not dance!
Even to the half of my kingdom. You will be passing fair as a queen, Salome, if it please thee to ask for the half of my kingdom. Will she not be fair as a queen? Ah. It is cold here. There is an icy wind. And I hear, wherefore do I hear in the air this beating of wings? One might fancy a bird, a huge black bird that hovers over the terrace. Why can I not see it, this bird? The beat of its wings is terrible. The breath of the wind of its wings is terrible. It is a chill wind. Nay, but it is not cold. It is hot. I am choking. Pour water on my hands. Give me snow to eat. Loosen my mantle, quick! Quick, loosen my mantle! Nay, but leave it! It is my garland that hurts me. My garland of flowers. The flowers are like fire. They burn my forehead. I can breathe now. How red the petals are. They're like stains of blood. It does not matter. You must not find symbols in everything you see. It makes life impossible. It were better to say that stains of blood are as lovely as rose petals. It were better far to say that. But we will not speak of this matter. Tonight, I am happy. I'm exceeding happy. Have I not the right to be happy? Your daughter is going to dance for me. Will you not dance for me, Salome? You have promised to dance for me.
I will not have her dance.
I will dance for you, Tetrarch.
You hear what your daughter says? She is going to dance for me. You do well to dance for me, Salome. And when you have danced for me, forget not to ask of me whatsoever you wish. Whatsoever you wish, and I will give it to you. Even to the half of my kingdom. I have sworn it, have I not?
You have sworn it, Tetrarch.
But I have never broken my word. I am not of those who break their oaths. I know not how to lie. I am the slave of my word, and my word is the word of a king. The king of Cappadocia always lies, but then he is no true king. He is a coward. Also, he owes me money, which he will not repay. He has even insulted my ambassadors. He has spoken words that were wounding. But Caesar will crucify him when he comes to Rome. I am sure that Caesar will crucify him. And if not, yet will he die, being eaten of worms. A prophet has prophesied it. Well, wherefore dost thou tarry, Salome?
I am waiting until my slaves bring perfumes to me, and the 7 veils, and take off my sandals.
Ah, you are going to dance with naked feet. 'Tis well. 'Tis well. Your little feet will be like doves. They will be like little white flowers that dance across the trees. No. No. She is going to dance on blood. There is blood spilt on the ground. She must not dance on blood. It were an evil omen.
What is it to you if she dance on blood? Thou hast waded deep enough therein.
What is it to me? Look at the moon. She has become red. She has become as red as blood. The prophet prophesied truly. He prophesied that the moon would become as red as blood. Did he not prophesy it? All of you heard him. And now the moon has become as red as blood. Do you not see it?
Oh, yes, I see it well. And the stars are falling like ripe figs, are they not? And the sun is becoming black like sackcloth of hair. And the kings of the earth are afraid. That at least one can see. The prophet for once in his life was right. The kings of the earth are afraid. Let us go within. You are sick. They will say at Rome that you are mad. Let us go within, I tell you.
Who is this who cometh from Edom? Who is this who cometh from Bosra, whose raiment is dyed with purple, who shineth in the beauty of his garments, who walketh mighty in his greatness? Wherefore is thy raiment stained with scarlet?
Let us go within, I tell you. The voice of that man maddens me. I will not have my daughter dance while he's continually crying out. I will not have her dance while you look at her in this fashion. In a word, I will not have her dance.
Do not leave, my wife, my queen. It will avail thee nothing. I will not leave till she hath danced for me. Dance, Salome. Dance for me.
Do not dance, my daughter.
I am ready, Tetrarch.
You see, she has danced for me, your daughter. Come near, Salome. Come near that I may give you your reward. I pay the dancers well. I will pay thee royally. I will give thee whatsoever thy soul desirest. What wouldst thou have, Salome? Speak.
I would that they presently bring me in a silver charger.
In a silver charger? Surely, yes. In a silver charger. She is charming, is she not? What wouldst thou have in a silver charger, O sweet and fair Salome? You who are fairer than all the daughters of Judea. What would you have them bring thee in a silver charger? Tell me. Whatsoever it may be, they will give it you. My treasures belong to thee. What is it, Salome?
The head of Jochanan.
Ah, that is well said, my daughter.
No. No.
That is well said, my daughter.
No, Salome. You do not ask me that. Do not listen to your mother's voice. She is ever giving you evil counsel. Do not heed her.
I do not heed my mother. It is for mine own pleasure that I ask of you the head of Jochanan in a silver charger. You have sworn, Herod. Forget not that you have sworn an oath.
I know it. I have sworn by my gods. I know it well. But I pray you, Salome, ask of me something else. Ask of me even the half of my kingdom, and I will give it you. Ask not of me that which you have asked.
I ask of you the head of Jokanan.
No. No, I do not wish it.
You have sworn, Herod.
Yes, you have sworn. Everybody heard you. You swore it before everybody.
Be silent. Speak not to me.
My daughter has done well to ask the head of Jokanan. He has covered me with insults. He has said monstrous things against me. One can see she loves her mother well. Do not yield, my daughter. He has sworn. He has sworn.
Be silent. It is not to you I speak. Come, Salome. Be reasonable. I have never been hard to you. I have ever loved you. It may be that I have loved you too much. Therefore, ask not this thing of me. It is a terrible thing, an awful thing to ask of me. Surely I think thou art jesting. The head of a man that is cut from his body is ill to look upon, is it not? It is not meet that the eyes of a virgin should look upon such a thing. What pleasure could you have in it? None. No, you do not wish that. Hearken to me. I have an emerald, a great round emerald, which Caesar's minion sent me. If you look through this emerald, you can see things that happen at a great distance. Caesar himself carries such an emerald when he goes to the circus. Only my emerald is larger. I know well that it is larger. It is the largest emerald in the world. You would like that, would you not? Ask it of me, and I will give it you.
I ask of you the head of Jokanan.
You are not listening, you are not listening. Suffer me to speak, Salome.
The head of Jokanan.
No! No! You do not wish that. You say that to trouble me, because I have looked at you all this evening. It is true. I have looked at you all this evening. Your beauty troubled me. Your beauty has grievously troubled me. And I have looked at you too much. But I will look at you no more. Neither at things nor at people should one look. Only in mirrors should one look. For mirrors do but show us masks. Bring wine, I thirst. Oh, what would I say? Salome, let us be friends. Come now. What would I say? What was it? Ah, I remember. Salome. Nay, but come nearer to me. I fear you will not hear me. Salome, you know my white peacocks, my beautiful white peacocks that walk in the gardens between the myrtles and the tall cypress trees. Their beaks are gilded with gold, and the grains that they eat are gilded with gold, and their feet are stained with purple. When they cry out, the rain comes, and the moon shows herself in the heavens when they spread their tails. 2 by 2 they walk between the cypress trees and the black myrtles, and each has a slave to tend it. Sometimes they fly across the trees, and anon they crouch in the grass and round the lake. There are not in all the world such wonderful birds. There is no king in all the world who possesses such wonderful birds. I am sure that Caesar himself has no bird so fair as my birds. I will give thee 50 of my peacocks. They will follow you whithersoever thou goest. And in the midst of them you will be like the moon in the midst of a great white cloud. I will give them all to you. I have but 100. And in all the world there is no king who has peacocks like unto my peacocks. But I will give them all to you. Only you must loose me from my oath, and must not ask of me that which you have asked.
I ask of you the head of Jokanan.
Well said, my daughter. As for you, you are ridiculous with your peacocks.
Be silent! You cry out always. You cry out like a beast of prey. You must not. Your voice wearies me. Be silent, I say. Salome, think what you are doing. This man comes, perchance, from God. He is a holy man. The finger of God has touched him. God has put into his mouth terrible words. In the palace, as in the desert, God is always with him. At least it is possible. One does not know, but it is possible that God is with him and for him. Also, if he died, some misfortune might happen to me. At least, he said that the day he dies, a misfortune would happen to someone. That could only be to me. Remember, I slipped in blood when I entered. Also, I heard the beating of wings in the air. The beating of mighty wings. These are very evil omens. There were others. I am sure there were others, though I did not see them. Well, Salome, you do not wish a misfortune to happen to me. You do not wish that. Listen to me, then.
Give me the head of Jokanan.
You are not listening to me. Be calm. I am calm. I am quite calm. Listen, I have jewels hidden in this place. Jewels that your mother even has never seen. Jewels that are marvelous. I have a collar of pearls set in 4 rows. They are like unto moons chained with rays of silver. They are like 50 moons caught in a golden net. On the ivory of her breast a queen has worn. Thou shalt be as fair as a queen when thou wearest them, Salome. I have amethysts of 2 kinds. One that is black like wine, and one that is red like wine that has been colored with water. I have topazes that are yellow as are the eyes of tigers, and topazes as pink as the eyes of a wood pigeon, and green topazes that are as the eyes of cats. I have opals that burn always with an ice-like flame, opals that make sad men's minds and are fearful of the shadows. I have onyxes that are like the eyeballs of a dead woman. I have moonstones that change when the moon changes and are one when they see the sun. I have sapphires, big like eggs and as blue flowers. The sea wanders within them, and the moon comes never to trouble the blue of their waves. I have chrysolites and beryls and chrysoprases and rubies. I have sardonyx and hyacinth stones and stones of chalcedony, and I will give them all to you, all. And other things will I add as well. The king of the Indies has sent me even now 4 fans fashioned from the feathers of parrots, and the king of Numidia a garment of ostrich feathers. I have a crystal into which it is not lawful for a woman to gaze, nor may young men behold it till they have been beaten with rods. In a coffer of nacre I have 3 wondrous turquoises. He who wears them on his forehead can imagine things which are not, and he who holds them in his hand can make women sterile. These are great treasures above all price. They are treasures without price. But this is not all. In an ebony copper, I have 2 cups of amber that are like apples of gold. If an enemy pour poison into these cups, they become like an apple of silver. In a coffer encrusted with amber, I have sandals encrusted with glass. I have mantles which have been brought from the land of the Ceres. I have bracelets decked about with carbuncles and jade from the city of Euphrates. What desirest thou more than this, Salome? Tell me what thou desirest, and I will give it thee. All that thou askest, I will give thee. Save one thing. I will give thee all that is mine, save one life. I will give thee the mantle of the high priest. I will give thee the veil of the sanctuary.
Give me the head of Jokonan.
Let her be given what she asks. Of a truth, she is her mother's child. Who has taken my ring? There was a ring on my right hand. Who has drunk my wine? There was wine in my cup. It was full of wine. Surely some evil will befall someone. Why did I give my oath? Kings ought never to pledge their word. If they keep it not, it is terrible. And if they keep it, it is terrible also.
My daughter has done well.
I am sure that some misfortune will happen.
There is no sound. I hear nothing. Why does he not cry out, this man? If any man sought to kill me, I would cry out. I would struggle. I would not suffer. Strike. Strike, Naaman! Strike, I tell you! No. I hear nothing. There is a silence. A terrible silence. Something has fallen upon the ground. I heard something fall. It is the sword of the headsman. He has let his sword fall. He dare not kill him. He is a coward, this slave. Let soldiers be sent. Look. Come hither. Come hither. Thou art the friend of him who is dead, is it not so? Well, I tell thee, there are not dead many now. Go with the soldiers to go down and bring me the thing that is mine. The thing the Tetrarch has promised me. The thing that I ask. The thing that is mine. Get ye soldiers hither. Get ye down into the cistern and bring me the head of this man. Tetrarch! Tetrarch! Command your soldiers that they bring me the head of Jokanan. Thou wouldst not suffer me to kiss thy mouth, Jokanan. Well, I will kiss it now. I will bite it with my teeth as one bites a ripe fruit. I will kiss thy mouth, Jokanan. I said it. Did I not say it? I said it. I will kiss it now. But wherefore dost thou not look at me, Jokanan? Thine eyes that were so terrible, so full of rage and scorn, are shut now. Wherefore are they shut, Jokanan? Open thine eyes. Lift up thine eyelids. Wherefore dost thou not look at me, Jokanan? Art thou afraid of me, that thou wilt not look at me? And thy tongue, that was like a red snake darting poison, it moves no more. It says nothing now, Jokanan. That scarlet viper that spat its venom upon me. It is strange, is it not? How is it the red viper stirs no longer? Thou didst reject me. Thou didst speak evil words against me. Thou didst treat me as a harlot, as a wanton. Me, Salome, daughter of Herodias, princess of Judea. Well, I still live, Jokanan, but thou art dead. And thy head belongs to me. I can do with it what I will. I can throw it to the dogs and to the birds of the air. That which the dogs leave, the birds of the air shall devour. Jokanan, Jokanan. Thou art the only man that I have ever loved. All other men are hateful to me. But thou art beautiful. Thy body was a column of ivory set on a silver socket. It was a garden full of doves and of silver lilies. It was a tower of silver decked with shields of ivory. There was nothing in the world so beautiful as thy body. There was nothing in the world so black as thy hair. In all the world there was nothing so red as thy mouth. Thy voice was a censer which scattered strange perfumes. And when I looked on thee, I heard a strange music. Wherefore didst thou not look at me, Jokanan? Behind thine hands and thy curses thou didst hide thy face. Thou didst put upon thine eyes a covering of him who would see his God. Well, thou hast seen thy God, Jokanan. But me thou didst never see. I saw thee, Jokanan, and I loved thee. Oh, how I loved thee. I love thee only. I love thee yet. I am athirst for thy beauty. I am hungry for thy body. And neither wine nor fruits can appease my desire. What shall I do now, Jokanan? Neither the floods nor the great waters can quench my passion. I was a virgin, and thou didst take my virginity from me. I was a princess, and thou didst scorn me. I was chaste, and thou didst fill my veins with fire. Wherefore didst thou not look at me, Jokanan? If thou hadst looked at me, thou wouldst have loved me. Well, I know that thou wouldst have loved me. And the mystery of love is greater than the mystery of death. Love only should one Consider.
She is monstrous, thy daughter. She is altogether monstrous. What she has done is a great sin. I am sure that it is a sin against an unknown God.
I approve of what my daughter has done, and I will stay here now.
There speaks the incestuous wife. Come. I will not stay here. Come, I tell you. Surely some terrible thing will befall. Manasseh, Issachar, Ozias, put out the torches. I will not look at things, and I will not suffer things to look at me. Put out the torches! Hide the moon! Hide the stars! I begin to be afraid. Oh, let us hide ourselves in our palace Herodias. I begin to be afraid.
I have kissed thy mouth, Chukanan. I have kissed thy mouth. There was a bitter taste upon thy lips. Was it the taste of blood? Perchance it was a taste of love. They say that love hath a bitter taste. But what of that? What of that? I have kissed thy mouth, Chukanan.
Kill that woman!